What's good, YouTube? It's your boy K-Son. We back with another banger. That's right, another banger. And today we are getting into a video to reveal some mysteries that's going on in this rainforest, man. Definitely the Amazon rainforest is a huge forest. Like, I've been to Mexico forest, and let me tell you, that was one of the creepiest places I ever been. Watch this stuff, Tim. And the jaguar. Because there's a lot of poisonous plants out here. Oh man. Wow. This is crazy. But let's get straight into this video. Let's try to see what kind of monsters is out there and what we can find out that's in this rainforest. Let's go.
The Amazon is famous worldwide as the most impressive and largest rainforest. Rainforests are known for their incredible diversity of species and are sometimes called the lungs of the world due to the amount of oxygen that trees produce there. They're incredibly important to all living things on Earth, but being in the Amazon can be a terrifying experience.
Oh.
From the giant prehistoric snake to the fish that looks a little too human, here's the 20 deadliest monsters of the Amazon. Number 20. Yellow anaconda. Some of you may remember the 1990 movie Anaconda, where Ice Cube and J-Lo nearly got chewed up by a huge snake. Well, that enormous snake was an anaconda, as the title makes very clear. Furthermore, these enormous snakes are real and not just a figment of Hollywood imagination. They also enjoy eating stuff other than MTV stars from the 90s. The South American rainforest is home to a species of boa snake known as the yellow anaconda. It's one of the biggest snakes in the world and is related to the green anaconda, which is the heaviest snake in the world.
Wow.
Although this snake is extremely threatening, it's not venomous like other snakes. Constriction is how it kills instead. It does this by wrapping itself around its target's body and tightening the coil with its powerful body muscles each time the prey exhales. This is why you should never be alone in the Amazon. Due to its incredibly sensitive skin, an anaconda closely monitors its prey's heartbeat until the hapless creature succumbs to heart failure. The anaconda then knows it's okay to continue swallowing it whole. Additionally, it's been observed eating large creatures like caimans, jaguars, and even people. Before we go on, like this video, smash that subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now, or the centipede will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. Number 19. Paku. The term paku is a catch-all term that refers to a number of small fish species, all of which are related to piranhas. Although the paku is also well known for its teeth, those of the paku differ greatly from those of the piranha. The paku bears a set of teeth that uncannily resemble human teeth, rather than sets of razor-sharp teeth. As opposed to the piranha, the paku mostly consumes plants, hence the different equipment required. They're known as the vegetarian piranha and are often caught and farmed in South America. They're also frequently seen in home aquariums. By fish standards, pakus are thought to be unusually sensitive and docile. Swish, a well-known paku, spent more than 20 years living at a restaurant in Seattle's Chinatown and became well known for the dog-like welcome it gave patrons. Even though the paku is a vegetarian piranha, its mouth has human-style teeth, which can deliver a devastating bite. In 2013, a paku was caught off the coast of Denmark, far from home, and it's claimed that it bit the fisherman's testicles in the process. Ouch. Number 18.
Not me.
Eyelash vipers.
Yeah.
Pit vipers of the poisonous eyelash viper species are native to Central and South America. This species, which is small and arboreal, is distinguished by a broad range of color variations and superciliary scales that cover the eyes. Eyelash vipers have eyes with vertical pupils and a broad triangular shape.
It just looks dangerous. It just looks dangerous.
They share features with other pit vipers, such as their huge hypodermic needle-like fangs that fold back when not in use, and their heat-sensitive pits, which are situated on each side of the head between the eye and nostril. Modified scales above the eyes that resemble eyelashes are the eyelash viper's most distinctive characteristic and the source of its popular name. The snake's eyelashes are believed to help with camouflage by disguising its form as it moves through the vegetation where it hides. These snakes come in a variety of colors, such as red, yellow, brown, green, and even pink, as well as different hues of each of those colors. On the base hue, they frequently contain black or brown speckling. Eyelash vipers' geographic distribution stretches from southern Mexico, southeast through Central America, America along the lowlands
Listen,
of the Atlantic,
guys, I'm
and
telling
up
you,
into
man, it was
South
crazy
America,
stuff out there
Colombia,
in Mexico, man.
Additionally, they may be found in lowlands and on the Pacific coast in sections of Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru. These snakes like lower altitude, humid, tropical regions with lush vegetation, usually close to a reliable source of water. They can also be found in plantations and deep shaded ravines. Number 17,
Crazy.
Piranha, vampire fish.
Woo!
The piranha may be the most well-known fish in the Amazon, but the piranha is a special species that deserves equal
you see those
consideration.
teeth?
It's also known as the water wolf and the saber-toothed tigerfish because of the two enormous fangs in its mouth.
Yo,
it's a
that's
predatory carnivore as opposed to the
crazy.
piranha, which is an omnivore scavenger. The piranha uses its huge teeth to impale prey, which is often smaller fish. They can grow up to 3 feet 8 inches in length and 40 pounds in weight. In addition to their enormous fangs, they also have a typical
crazy.
set of sharp, spiky, dagger-like teeth in their gums. The fish has special holes in its upper jaw that allow it to hold fangs that may be up to 6 inches long or longer.
My
They're
God.
designed for aggressive, quick swimming in stormy seas and have fan-shaped caudal fins that provide them increased speed and stability in challenging situations. Although they have a bad reputation, they are a common aquarium fish in certain large tanks.
Oh my God.
Number 16, tropical rattlesnake. They're regarded as some of the
snakes be
Amazon's
freaking me
most
out,
deadly
man.
snakes. A person can pass away from their bite in a matter of seconds. South American rattlesnakes are the name given to them.
Seconds,
The
though?
rattles at the tail of the rattlesnake tails are widely known. The rattle is constructed of a number of interlocking rings of keratin, the same substance that makes up human hair, skin, and nails. The keratin segments slap against each other and create a distinctive sound as the snake holds up and shakes the end of its tail to fend off prospective predators. Due to the presence of neurotoxins that produce gradual paralysis, bite symptoms differ greatly from other rattlers. Bites can cause blindness or full blindness, hearing loss, ptosis, paralysis of the neck muscles,
Bro,
which
that's-
causes the neck to seem broken, and finally,
That's too
life-threatening
crazy for me.
respiratory paralysis. In certain cases, the visual abnormalities are followed by irreversible blindness. According to a study, the rattlesnakes in Roraima, Brazil, have 2 types of venom, which differ from those of the same species found in other regions. The 2 types of venom are known as yellow venom and white venom, with the former attacking the nervous system and causing paralysis as well as kidney and respiratory failure, causing muscle
Bro.
pain and turning urine dark. Number 15,
Crazy.
red-bellied piranhas. One of the most infamous and dreaded fish in the world is the red-bellied piranha. Early explorers reported on a little fish with extremely keen teeth and a shoal that could quickly strip a cow of its flesh. The piranha is more of a scavenger, and despite having a red belly, it also enjoys biting off sections of the tails of much larger fish, which is kinda evil. Each piranha reaches around 12 inches in length and
They're
weighs
like
about
wolves,
4
man. They
pounds.
travel in
They
packs,
often operate
man.
in schools of about 20 fish. The robust muscles that
telling
move
you,
the
I heard
short
about
jaw
that.
with the recognizable overbite and razor-sharp triangular teeth are located behind the equally recognizable highbrow. They interlock nicely with the top set because of their triangular shape. Because of this, piranhas are equipped with their renowned ability to tear flesh and deliver incredibly strong bites. Given its size, this bite is among the most powerful bites ever made by a vertebrae. Human attacks are fairly frequent, and areas where piranhas are known to swim have warnings up. However, children might be particularly vulnerable, and fatalities have happened, like that of an 18-year-old man in Brazil who was devoured by piranhas in 2011. Most assaults generally result in minor to severe injuries. The claims that a red-bellied piranha can skeletonize a person or cow's corpse in a matter of seconds may or may not be real. Whatever the case, they are pretty lethal fish. Number 14, jaguar. The only extant member of the
they was out there
Panthera
too,
genus
bro.
that's indigenous to the Americas
Oh
is
my
the jaguar,
God.
a huge cat species. It's the 3rd biggest cat species in the world, with a body length of up to 6 feet 1 inches and a weight of up to 348 pounds. Although some have a melanistic black coat, most have a light yellow to tan colored coat covered in dots that turn into rosettes on both sides. The jaguar has an uncommon way of killing, biting through the mammalian skull of its prey between the ears to deliver a lethal blow to the brain. This allows it to pierce the carapaces of turtles and tortoises. The jaguar was dreaded by the Spanish conquistadors. Charles Darwin claimed that the South American natives said that as long as capybaras were plentiful, there was no reason for people people to be afraid of jaguars. In Brazil, the first known instance of a jaguar killing a person is in June 2008. In Guyana, 2 kids were also attacked by jaguars. Of all the great cats, the jaguar is the least likely to attack and eat people, and the bulk of incidents happen when it's cornered or injured. According to estimates from 2018, its range has decreased by 55% during the last century. The Amazon jungle, which is quickly being eradicated by destruction, is its last surviving refuge. Number 13. The giant otter. The biggest member of the weasel family is the giant river otter, which may reach a length of 5'6". The giant river otter is also an exception to the rule that most weasels live alone, since it's a very gregarious species and may form family groups of up to 8 individuals. Although they're thought to be a rather calm animal and are not renowned for being aggressive, opposing families may occasionally engage in territorial conflicts. The family will work together for everyone's advantage and is active during the day. They're renowned for their noisy, diversified communication methods that may be used to exchange complex information among them. Owing to a trend for their velvety pelts, these otters were almost hunted to extinction in the 1950s and 60s. Since then, the situation has gotten worse as the Amazon has changed due to extensive deforestation. There are probably just a few thousand of these creatures surviving in the wild, and there aren't many breeding pairs in captivity. The Guyanas and Peru are working the hardest to protect the species, but things are not looking so bright in Brazil, Bolivia, and Venezuela, where the otters have lost more than 80% of their historic range.
Wow, they definitely...
Number 12. Forest pit viper. These snaky reptiles are quite ferocious, to say the least. A person who's been bitten by one might just die instantly. The Amazonian rainforest is home to the majority of...
Forget seconds. Didn't we just mention the other snake and I think it was like 20 seconds? Instantly? Really?
Forest pit vipers. Pit vipers often live in humid swamplands and rainforests. Pit vipers from the Chocoan rainforest, the Andes mountains, and the Darien Gap swamplands can be found in damp tropical, subtropical, and montane rainforests. They favor untouched areas with little disruption. Chocoan forest pit vipers may be found up to 2,300 meters above sea level and live at considerably lower elevations than other species. Although they're also believed to be semi-arboreal, they are typically found in bushes, trees, or shrubs, as well as on the ground. Pit vipers in the Chocoan forest have no known specific predators, but people often kill these snakes. Because they spend a lot of their time motionless and concealed in foliage or tree holes throughout the night and are primarily nocturnal creatures, forest pit vipers are hard to locate. Their venom and fangs make a powerful defense when attacked. Choco and forest pit vipers eat rats, so in this way they're helpful to humans. Although the medical usability of venom from this particular species hasn't been confirmed, research on human treatments has employed viper venom. Small forest vipers are occasionally obtained for the pet trade, but only the most experienced keepers in zoos should rear them in captivity. Number 11. Arapaima. The enormous arapaima is also known by the names pirarucu and paiche. Being the largest freshwater fish in the world at 9 feet 8 inches in length, they're pretty remarkable. They're found in South America and have historically been valued as a food source. But their deliciousness has worked against them because they're now seriously threatened by overfishing. The Portuguese term pirarucu, which translates to redfish, describes the red patterns that appear on the fish's scales. According to fishbase.com, a fish geek Kevin, this genus contains 4 species.
That's fire right there.
Isn't it great that you can keep track of all your fishy facts and numbers in one place called Fishbase? We're not affiliated, I just think it's pretty awesome. Anyway, the largest of them are really enormous and may weigh up to 440 pounds, which is almost the same as a horse. These, however, are only the ones we've actually seen. Locals claim to have discovered specimens up to 15 feet long. These fish eat a variety of foods, including fish, crabs, fruits, seeds, insects, and tiny terrestrial animals that wander close to the beach. They live in the lower oxygen water of the Amazon River, so their ability to breathe air is helpful. Number 10. Coral snake.
Yep.
Coral snakes are tiny, vividly colored, and extremely venomous snakes. Coral snakes are less hazardous than rattlesnakes because of their less efficient poison delivery mechanism. But having the second strongest venom of any snake means they're not to be messed with. Coral snakes are secretive nighttime creatures. Most of the time, they hide out in burrows, behind rocks, or among decaying leaves. Lizards and other little smooth-scaled snakes are the main prey of coral snakes. According to the Arizona Sonora Desert Museum, western coral snakes love to eat blind or black-headed snakes. snakes. According to National Geographic, eastern coral snakes will also eat frogs. Coral snakes' tiny mouths and thin, fixed fangs make it challenging for them to pierce leather boots, let alone human skin. Most human bites occur when an individual tries to handle a coral snake. These snakes may attempt to cling to their victim for a while because, despite their small size, they don't carry a lot of venom in their teeth. The neurotoxic venom of this snake rapidly paralyzes and kills its victim, but it can take hours for symptoms to manifest in people, according to the National Institutes of Health. Additionally, a coral snake bite to a human usually causes little to no pain or swelling. However, if anti-venom isn't administered, symptoms will manifest. Slurred speech, double vision, and muscular paralysis are a few of them. Number 9.
Oh, God.
Black caiman.
It's not
the largest predator in the whole Amazon environment and a member of the alligator family. We bring you the black caiman. These are some nasty beasts that inhabit the flooded savannas around the Amazon River basin. They may reach a length of 17 feet and weigh up to 1,000 pounds. Caiman are regarded to be less aggressive than other certain alligator and crocodile species, despite their size. However, if you encounter a caiman, you should not approach it.
Yo! Oh, Buck. Did you just see? Did you just see that? Yo!
Because they still have the ability to rip a person to pieces if they feel threatened or hungry. And while caiman attacks that result in death are relatively uncommon, they
flew him, bro.
With a massive mouthful of fangs and a strongly armored body, it's no wonder that many alligator and crocodile species are famed for their
those things are
They hang out in black water that's shadowed by gloomy woodlands and are night hunters with dark skin, so they're really hard to spot. They have superb night vision,
crazy,
for a lot of their victims, it's already too late by the time they realize the caiman's around.
Like, you couldn't pay me enough to be out there at nighttime.
The South American bushmaster. The most venomous pit vipers in South America are thought to be the poisonous South American bushmasters. Their body may expand to an average length of 6 to 8 feet, and they have a big head. A single bite from this South American viper can cause excruciating pain, swelling, and tissue damage. It can also significantly increase coagulopathy, which can result in profuse bleeding. They may eat other snakes in addition to eating other creatures. They're intelligent snakes that only conceal themselves in wooden places. To find warm-blooded food, the snake uses heat-sensing holes that are close to its nose. Sometimes for weeks they maintain their position among animal migration routes in anticipation of the coming prey. The biggest venomous snake in the Western Hemisphere, the bushmaster may grow to a maximum of nearly 12 feet. Local communities have a lot to say about this timid yet ferocious type of snake. Indigenous inhabitants of the rainforest refer to it as the fire extinguisher because of its attraction to flames. They caution that starting a fire in bushmaster territory is a sure road to a quick and agonizing demise. The usually sluggish bushmaster is said to perk up and leap several meters in the air towards the direction of the flame if it sees one. There are other reports of this snake mistaking bright headlamps for fire and attacking, sometimes a distance of several meters, and even attacking passing motorbikes. Number 7. Bullet ant. In comparison to regular ants, these ants are enormous, measuring around an inch in length. But no, the bullet ant isn't cute and cuddly. It's an ant with a terrifyingly potent weapon, its sting. The Schmidt Pain Index, which measures the level of pain induced by insect stings, is dominated by the bullet ant. As far as pain ratings go, the bullet ant is the only bug that can get a maximum score of 4. According to Schmidt, it's like pure, intense, brilliant pain, like walking over flaming charcoal with a 3-inch nail embedded in your heel. Bullet ants get their name from the way some people describe the sting as feeling like they've been shot. For at least 24 hours, the discomfort is unlikely to subside, and severe shaking, edema, and a rapid pulse are all possible side effects. To prove their manhood, young men in one Amazonian tribe must wear gloves stuffed with 80 of these microscopic monsters for 5 minutes. Kudos to the Satre Mawe people for such a grueling initiation procedure. That definitely sounds kind of unpleasant. Number 6. The common landshead.
Crazy.
The deadly common landshead snake inhabits the Amazon rainforest and has a variety of body colors like gray, brown, olive, or green. They have a wide geographic range.
The tail is shaking like the rattlesnake.
They may grow to a maximum of 6.5 feet and are characterized by their pointy triangular or lance-shaped heads. As they hunt fish, lizards, centipedes, birds, and small animals for food, they often coil around forest floors, tree bases, or down logs. These snakes have a reputation for looking for rodents in bananas and coffee plantations. The snakes, which may lay disguised for hours, almost invisible, and strike with incredible speed, frequently bite the workers there. The bite may also cause a central nervous system hemorrhage, which can have fatal consequences. In a case that was reported from the Brazilian Amazon, the patient nevertheless passed away from a stroke, even after receiving anti-venom treatment. Their primary food sources are mostly small animals, like rats and opossums, and birds, although they also include
humans.
Frogs, lizards, smaller snakes, and tarantulas. Larger prey is attacked, released, and then left to die. Number 5. Amazonian giant centipede.
That is one thing.
If you're a bit afraid of creepy crawlies, the Amazon giant centipede is an extraordinarily large bug that will make you want to hide beneath your covers. They're not only large, with a
look
length
at the
of around
size
12
of that
inches,
thing.
but they're also infamous for their aggressiveness and potent venom. Furthermore, these centipedes have shown remarkable brain power by creating a number of unique strategies for the various species they hunt. They are true hunters and will take on whatever they believe they can take a shot at. Bats are one of the creatures they prefer eating, so they climb up cave walls out of the bat's sonar range, then use their hind legs to swing from the cave ceiling and suffocate the bat with venom before it realizes what's happening. If they feel like it, they'll bite humans as well. And while the venom is probably not lethal, it can have some major side effects like excruciating pain, exhaustion, chills, swelling. They come in a variety of colors, including red, yellow, brown, and black, and typically have additional vivid markings to scare off anyone foolish enough to attempt to meddle with one of these dangerous insects. Number 4. The false water cobra. The false water cobra got its name because it could flatten its neck to make it look bigger, like a cobra. The snake appears to be a cobra as a result of the trick. The false water cobra does not, however, stand up vertically like a genuine cobra. Instead, it maintains a horizontal stance. A real cobra can't flatten out other parts of its body, but this species can. Although these snakes are venomous, nothing is known about how dangerous the venom is. Their venom may prevent blood from clotting, induce swelling, and cause significant discomfort if the human body is exposed to enough. Like many snakes with fangs at the front of their mouths, the false water cobra lacks an injecting mechanism. The venom must be injected into the victim by chewing. The fangs are instead in the rear of the mouth. This is an Amazon rainforest snake that tends to live in humid or wet tropical conditions. Eastern Bolivia, southern Brazil, Paraguay, and northern Argentina are some of its preferred locations.
I can see how some of these snakes are fascinating, man. The way they turn and stuff like that. But
it's a tough predator that's well known for being very active.
I'm not an animal lover like that. Like dogs, yeah, but
tadpoles,
snakes,
frogs, fish, reptiles, birds, mammals, aquatic amphibians, those are all among the things it eats. My advice? Stay clear of this badass snake. Number 3. The Brazilian wandering spider.
That's another thing that freaks me out. Spiders, bro.
The most venomous spider in the world, is particularly dangerous because it has a penchant for, well, wandering into homes, cars, banana bunches, and other places where people are likely to come into contact with it. The effects of a bite from one of these terrible arachnids include sweating and burning,
that's a black
low
widow.
blood pressure, blurred vision, and if medical attention isn't sought, death. In the early stages of its life, it spends more time in plants. As it becomes larger, it spends more time on the ground. Since females tend to be larger than males, they're more likely to bite and cause serious problems for people. Medical records from within its geographic range indicate that bites may result in mild to severe systematic reactions in humans, and this is one spider you don't want as a house pet. Number 2. The army ant. The Amazon jungle is home to hundreds of different species of army ants, yet they all have a few universal traits. Army ants are among the most ferocious creatures in the jungle, despite their diminutive size. They go through the forest in columns, in search of insects and other small creatures to attack in order to feed their queen and larvae, as well as, to a lesser extent, themselves. Each ant leaves a small trail for the other ants to follow as they move in columns. Army ants are able to quickly defeat their prey because they attack in such enormous numbers. They target insects, birds, snakes, spiders, mammals, lizards, frogs, and any other species that can't escape. Army ants are blind, and they use touch, sound, and smell to communicate with each other. They use their sense of sound and scent to find their prey. Some animals are able to outsmart the army ants by remaining completely still, since the army ants are unaware of their existence. Army ants come in 2 sizes, workers and soldiers, with the queen being the only exception. The workers are the smaller ants, while the soldiers, with their enormous mandibles, are the biggest. Number 1. Glowing scorpion. Under ultraviolet light, such as that from an electric black lamp or the moon, all scorpions glow. The hyaline
do?
layer, a
I didn't know that.
remarkably thin but incredibly resilient coating on the cuticle, a portion of the scorpion's exoskeleton, is where the chemical responsible for the blue-green light is located. Scientists have observed that a scorpion doesn't shine immediately after molting or shedding its shell until the new cuticle has had time to solidify. This might imply that the material that generates fluorescence is a byproduct of the hardening process itself, or that it's released shortly after the insect molts, according to scorpion specialist Dr. Scott A. Stockwell. Regardless of where it comes from, the luminous quality lasts amazingly long. Alcohol may even occasionally glow under UV light when scorpions are pickled in it. Additionally, the hyaline layer is remarkably robust. According to Stockwell, it may last for millions of years and is frequently discovered in the cuticles of extinct scorpions. Amazingly, even fossilized hyaline grows. Are glowing scorpions dangerous? They strike using stingers that release a sting comparable to spider venom, which paralyzes their victim. They don't represent a threat and are not known to sting people, so there's no need to be concerned. Would you risk visiting the Amazon rainforest?
So, guys, that was the end of that video. Honestly speaking, I was in a rainforest, you know what I'm saying, before, and it was like my mind was going everywhere. All I heard was everything is poisonous in there. Freaked me out. But comment below, let me know if you will ever take a trip to the rainforest, whether it be in the daytime or nighttime, because if it comes down to it, I'll do it again in the daytime, but nighttime, I don't know, especially that alligator that we saw that's in the alligator family. That was a little crazy. But until next video, guys, peace.